Have you ever noticed how often the number 30 appears in your life? It's one of those numbers that seems to quietly follow us, popping up in places we rarely expect. Sometimes it's so subtle that we don't even realize it's there, woven into the fabric of our routines and decisions. It's everywhere, on speed limit signs, in free trial periods, and even in the number of days in certain months. 30 is the number that sets boundaries, offers opportunities, and marks the passage of time in ways we often take for granted. 30 seems random, yet it's incredibly deliberate, a silent agreement woven into our routines. It marks significant milestones, a major birthday, a turning point that feels both exciting and daunting, a moment to reflect on where we've been and where we're going. It's the number of silver pieces in ancient stories, echoing through legends and shaping the way we remember the past. 30 has been a symbol of value, trust, and sometimes betrayal, carrying weight far beyond its digits. It's even the length of a sitcom episode, a standard that's become part of our cultural rhythm, dictating how we relax and unwind after a long day. The more you look, the more you see it. 30 is everywhere, quietly shaping our experiences, our choices, and even our sense of time. Why 30? Why not 28 or 32? Its presence sparks curiosity. What makes this number so special, so universally accepted, and so persistent in our daily lives? This number is a breadcrumb trail through history, psychology, and culture. It connects ancient traditions to modern habits, linking us to people and stories from centuries ago. Let's explore why 30 became the default for so many things in our lives. From the way we structure our months to the rules we set for ourselves, 30 is a number that quietly guides us. We'll uncover how it shapes the way we measure time, make decisions, and tell stories. 30 is more than a number, it's a framework for how we live, work, and even dream. This isn't just about a number, it's about the hidden patterns that shape our reality. Numbers like 30 are the invisible threads that connect our actions, our memories, and our cultures. Even the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary secrets. Sometimes all it takes is a closer look to reveal the mysteries hiding in plain sight. So let's start unraveling the mystery of 30 and discover how this simple number has quietly shaped the world around us. To truly understand why the number 30 appears so often in our lives, we need to look back, way back, to the very dawn of civilization. The story of 30 is woven into the fabric of human history, stretching across continents and centuries. In ancient Babylon, people watched the skies and tracked the moon's journey. The lunar month was about 29.5 days, but for simplicity and order, they rounded it up to 30. This made it easier to organize calendars, rituals, and daily life. 30 soon became synonymous with a full cycle, a complete turn of nature, a rhythm that echoed in the world around them. It was a number that represented wholeness and renewal. In many cultures, 30 marked a significant threshold. It was the age when people were considered mature enough for public office, adulthood, or even to begin important religious work. From ancient Greece to early Judeo-Christian traditions, 30 was a milestone of responsibility and respect. The number's mathematical properties made it practical too. 30 divides easily by many numbers, 2, 3, 5, 6, making it ideal for trade, sharing resources, and organizing communities. This utility cemented 30's place in economic and social systems, from ancient markets to the earliest forms of accounting and record-keeping. Even today, when you see 30 on a calendar or a clock, you're witnessing echoes of these ancient traditions, reminders of how our ancestors shaped the way we measure time. It's not just a random choice, it's a number tested by time, proven useful across countless eras and civilizations. 30's roots stretch back to the first people who gazed at the moon, trying to make sense of the patterns in the sky and the passage of time. Its historical weight gives it a sense of rightness, a feeling that 30 is not just convenient, but somehow natural. The number 30 carries the legacy of centuries, a silent witness to the rise and fall of empires, the evolution of culture, and the continuity of human life. That's why it feels so familiar. 30 is more than a number. It's a thread connecting us to our shared past, and a symbol of cycles that continue to shape our world. There's a psychological reason we're drawn to 30. Our brains love round numbers. Numbers ending in 0, like 10, 20, 30, feel complete and stable. This is the round number effect. We use these numbers as mental shortcuts. A 30-day trial sounds cleaner and more official than 29. we're more likely to make life changes at round-numbered birthdays. 30 feels like a milestone. Marketers know this. 30-day guarantees feel more substantial than 28. Round numbers, project fairness, and completeness. Our brains find them satisfying, influencing our decisions. In a complex world, round numbers give us clarity and control. 30 is a mental anchor, a number that just feels right. Its power comes from both history and the way our minds work. That's why 30 is so persuasive. The calendar is where 30 shows up most reliably. Every time we glance at a calendar, we're reminded of the structure that underpins our days, weeks, and months. The number 30 isn't just a random choice. It's a product of centuries of human observation and adaptation. 4 months, September, April, June, and November, have 30 days, a result of ancient attempts to reconcile lunar and solar cycles. Early civilizations noticed that the moon's phases didn't quite fit neatly into the solar year, so they experimented with different month lengths to keep their calendars in sync with the seasons. The Roman calendar's compromises gave us months of 30 days, creating a predictable rhythm for life and commerce. These decisions weren't arbitrary. They were essential for organizing everything from religious festivals to agricultural cycles and even tax collection. Over time, a month became a standard unit for billing, subscriptions, and salaries, usually about 30 days. This regularity made it easier for people to plan, budget, and coordinate activities, both at home and in business. Imagine if every month had a wildly different number of days. Life would be chaos. Scheduling meetings, paying rent, or even celebrating birthdays would become unpredictable and confusing. The 30-day month brings order to our economic world. It's a foundation for everything from financial planning to school terms, and it helps synchronize activities across societies. This concept bled into consumer culture. The 30-day free trial feels natural because it matches our sense of a month. Companies know that 30 days is long enough for us to form habits, but short enough to feel manageable. We accept 30-day blocks without question. They're the default for trials everywhere, whether it's streaming services, fitness apps, or magazine subscriptions. 30 days is the gold standard. From ancient calendars to modern e-commerce, 30 is a practical, manageable chunk of time. It bridges the gap between the natural cycles of the sky and the practical needs of society. It's a compromise between the moon and the sun, organizing our world into cycles. This balance allows us to track time in a way that feels both natural and efficient. The 30-day month is a cornerstone of modern life. It shapes how we work, how we rest, and how we connect with each other, providing a shared rhythm that unites communities. Next time you flip your calendar, appreciate the simple genius of 30. It's a small detail with a huge impact, quietly guiding our routines and decisions every single day. It's an ancient solution that still shapes how we live, reminding us that even the most ordinary numbers can have extraordinary significance. 30 is the go-to number for deadlines and grace periods. In law, you often have 30 days to respond or appeal, a fair window for action. In business, 30 days is standard for returns, refunds, and notices. It's long enough to be reasonable, short enough to keep things moving. Retailers use 30-day return policies to build trust. Customers expect it. The 30-day window is a social contract, predictable, fair, and reassuring. It minimizes disruption and sets clear expectations. Whether in courtrooms, offices, or stores, 30 brings order to our decisions. It's a number that makes our systems more human. 30 shapes how we consume stories. The classic sitcom, a 30-minute time slot, forcing concise, complete storytelling. In video, 30 frames per second became a broadcast standard, shaping how we see motion. Even if we don't notice, 30 is behind the scenes, setting the pace. Narratives often use 30-day deadlines to create tension. A hero has 30 days to save the day. Titles like 30 for 30 or 30 Days to a Better. You use the number to promise a complete, transformative journey. 30 is a tool for structure, tension, and promise in media. It's more than a number. It's a storytelling device. The next time you watch a show or see a headline, notice how 30 frames the experience. It's the invisible hand guiding our entertainment. Humans are wired to notice patterns. When something repeats, like the number 30, we start searching for meaning. In Kalamazoo, a public art project filled a neighborhood with eye symbols, sparking curiosity and connection. The repetition made people pay attention, turning the ordinary into a shared mystery. The same happens with numbers. Once you notice 30, you see it everywhere. This is the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, frequency illusion. Patterns invite us to create stories, share theories, and build community. Repetition adds magic to the mundane, making life more interesting. There are always patterns to find, if you look. 30 isn't just practical, it's symbolic. Turning 30 is a cultural milestone, marking the end of youth and the start of adulthood. Pop culture is full of characters dreading or celebrating their 30th birthday. Songs and movies use 30 as a threshold for change and self-reflection. Lists like 30 under 30 set 30 as a benchmark for achievement. The number becomes shorthand for ambition, pressure, and success. We've collectively agreed that 30 is a dividing line, a chapter heading in life. It's loaded with expectations and meaning. From birthdays to pop culture, 30 tells a story about who we are. It's more than a number, it's a symbol of transition. 30 is where personal and cultural stories meet. So, why is 30 everywhere? It's a blend of history, math, psychology, and culture. 30 is practical, symbolic, and deeply embedded in our routines. The real magic is in noticing it, asking why, and looking for patterns. Curiosity is what makes the world fascinating. Start looking for the numbers, symbols, or words that repeat in your life. What stories do they tell? What meaning do they hold for you? Inspiration is everywhere, often in the most ordinary places. The story of 30 is just one thread in a vast tapestry. By pulling on it, we glimpse the larger design of our world. The act of wondering makes everyday life richer and more mysterious.